Okay, to share not my screen, but only the file.
Okay, I don't see your.
Do you see it? Do you see it?
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, you have to set up the kit, and there is a step-by-step instruction on the screen. So shouldn't be a big issue, honestly. You should place the oxygenator, you should connect the Christ, you should connect the water and the blood circuit. Before doing that, you should check the membrane position and the connection and tight, strong them. And honestly, you can decide to remove the air filter on the pressure lines, but you can also use them. The important is to remove all the bubbles and micro bubbles on the blood line, as you know, as a perfusionist, as any perfusionist knows.
Yeah, I used to keep the arterial filter. I always use it. So for me, it's important. It's okay. Go ahead.
Not the arterial filter, but in any pressure lines, there is an air filter that you can try to use if you want to take out the air from the line, or you can remove it and apply the cap. So you will see them tomorrow on Thursday on the kit. You can decide to use them or not, but they are air filter for air removal on the pressure lines.
Okay, what do you use? Always the pressure line, or do
Yes,
you remove?
yes. No. You should use it. You have
Okay, perfect.
You have 4 pressure lines. One is on the water side, as is not very important. Then there are 3 on the blood line, on the blood circuit. One before and one after the pump. And one that is the PR4, that is the most important, that is the arterial pressure. PR4 is the most important pressure in ILP, that is the arterial pressure.
Okay.
Anyway, let's see that later. So water circuit setup and priming is everything automatic. I usually set the temperature at 43. The default one is 41. I usually set up at 43 and press the green button and everything is automatic.
Okay, perfect. And what is the average of the arterial pressure? The P4, as you say, is the most important. What is the average of the pressure that you used to measure in that area?
I think it's underlined here. I don't know. Yes, let me check if there is a. I usually, yes, PR4 arterial inlet pressure should be about 100 mmHg and similar to the systemic pressure in order to have a balance before and after the limb isolation.
Okay, perfect. Perfect, thank you.
But coming back to the priming. So water circuit prime is automatic. Blood circuit priming is done with around 700 ml and is manual. So you should fill and prime the oxygenator and the arterial filter, and you should prime the AVU line, the arterial venous line, with all these steps. But I repeat, this is like an instruction for very not experienced perfusionists. You are experienced perfusionist and you know how to prime a circuit. You can use the flow that you want, and you can prime the blood circuit as you prefer.
Yeah, the doctor said we are gonna set up a couple of bags from blood for this case, but I think maybe at the end I'm gonna use it, not at the beginning.
At the end of what? Sorry, didn't understand.
Yeah, when you finish to wash the leg, you can deposit the blood as a transfusion. Better as a transfusion.
Wait a second, so
like
we can
priming. Yeah.
We can see step by step now. The priming is not my concern. It's not your concern. Priming is really automatic, and you know how to do the priming as a perfusionist. So now let's move to the patient connection. First of all, heparin, they know what to do. So usually it's 200, 300 units per kilogram. Then you can verify the connection of the temperature probe, because usually, I don't know, you can use skin probes or needle probes, and they must be connected to the performer. T1 is the inlet, T2 is the outlet, and from T3 to T8 are on the limb using needle temperature probes or skin probes. So then you have to open the AV line to the surgeons, stop the pump, completely clamp the venous line, and then the surgeon cut the AV line and connect the artery and vein. Is this clear? Is the crucial part of the procedure. You have to open the table pack to the surgeons. They take it, they cut the two lines, and then they connect to the cannulas.
Yeah.
To remove the air to the arterial line, I usually start the pump with the minimum flow of 100 milliliter per minute. Then the surgeon connects the two extremities between the cannula and table pack, filling the empty space with the syringe without bubbles.
Okay.
Then I usually immediately stop the PM2. PM2 is the name of the pump that you have on the right, that is the blood pump. Using the mechanical button in front of the machine, you start or you stop the pump, the blood pump. So it's a very important procedure to do during the patient connection. Then the vein is not a big issue to have some air in the vein. The surgeon connected the two extremities, filling the empty space with the syringe, and then start. You can start with the real circulation once the circuit is connected. Then at that point, when the patient is connected, you can press the perfusion button on the machine.
Okay.
Usually, you can start with the minimum flow. If it's a leg, is around 3-4 ml per minute at the beginning. Then you can remove the clamp on the venous line and start the perfusion in and out. Then start the gas flow on the sacristy, and then you should evaluate the return flow and increase or decrease the pump in order to have a balance between inlet and outlet. If the level of the reservoir go down, you should go down with the flow, or if the level of the reservoir goes up, the pump flow should go up. In order to have the same balance between the return flow that is by gravity and the inlet flow that is by the pump.
How much is the time? I remember that you can see the balance since the beginning, maybe 2-3 minutes. At the end, maybe 5 minutes, it could be a good time to check the balance of the circuit. Or do you think, do I have to wait more time?
No. I think even less from the beginning. From the really beginning, when you start the pump and you have some venous return flow, you can verify from the very beginning if there is a good balance between in and out. In few seconds, honestly, in 10-15 seconds, you can realize, and then you can adjust a little bit more or a little bit less, depending on the return flow you have from the leg. Then some of the surgeons set up the tourniquet only after this, or some others prefer to isolate the limb, to set up the tourniquet before the starting of the perfusion. So this could be their decision. In Italy, for example, we establish a circuit between patient and the machine, and then only after that they put the tourniquet. So that's why I see you see here tourniquet setup. But you
Okay.
should stop PM2 and manually clamp the venous line before the tourniquet setup, and then restart the PM2. Then you have established again a balance between inlet and outlet flow, setting the PM2 flow. Then you should bring and maintain the inlet temperature up to 40, 41 in order to have 40 degrees on the limb. All the internal temperatures must be always agreed with the surgeon, so you can increase or decrease the heater temperature in order to have a higher or lower temperature on the limb. And when
Okay.
you have a balance between in and out, you can, at good temperatures, you can proceed with the chemotherapy drugs injection. Usually before the chemotherapy drugs injection, there is the radiotracer injection in order to understand the leakage. If the leakage is okay, the temperatures are okay, the balance in and out is okay, so the level of the reservoir is still the same, you can inject the chemotherapy drugs.
Okay.
And then start the timer. From that point, the real treatment starts. During the circulation, you have not to do a lot, honestly, just to check the temperatures that shouldn't be not over 40.5, otherwise it could be dangerous. The reservoir level always the same. You can monitor the ACT. You can check the PR4, what we said before, that should be around 100. If it's very high, you should decrease a little bit the pump flow.
The flow. Uh-huh.
I usually do some hemogas analysis every 20 minutes to understand some parameters, and the most important to understand the isolation is the hemoglobin, even if you have the leakage, so it's much better. Okay, that is the perfusion
So
part. Is this clear?
let me. Yeah, it's clear. But if I have, I don't believe that the patient is going to be anemic, less than say 6% of hemoglobin.
No, but
But
hemoglobin of the leg.
Yeah. But at the end, I believe that the hemoglobin of the leg is not less than six grams.
The important is that because in some hospitals they don't use the leakage monitoring, unfortunately. So we don't know if there is a leakage. So the only tool we have is to check the hemoglobin of the systemic circulation, the hemoglobin of the patient, and the hemoglobin of the leg. If there is a difference between the leg and the systemic circulation, means that the limb is isolated. That's why. But since you have since you have how can I say, since you have the leakage monitoring, the hemoglobin is not really important.
Exactly. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Something that could happen during the perfusion is that especially after the drugs injection, the blood value the blood level can go up. In this case, you should adjust the flow, increasing the flow.
Okay.
But if the pressure, the inlet pressure is too high, in some cases, you should clamp partially the vein in order to have less volume coming from the vein. So you should understand what to do. So for the inflow, you can increase or decrease. It's up to you.
Yes.
For the outflow, the only thing you can do is, if the venous flow is too high, is to clamp partially the line. Otherwise, if you don't have return flow, you should ask to the surgeon to move the cannulas. Because if you don't have flow, if you don't have venous flow,
you can start the procedure.
Yeah, you cannot start the
Actually,
procedure.
I asked to Paloma if they can check with the doctor what is the size of the venous and the arteria by a Doppler, because it's important to see the sizes of the cannulas and the sizes of the venous and arterials from the patient.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Usually for a leg, 14, 16 are used. Between 12 and 16 are used.
Yeah, we have the cannulas already. We check it, but we don't have information about the Doppler. So yesterday I called to Paloma in order to call the doctors and ask for this information for today, because it will be so useful before to the procedures.
Absolutely, yes. So this is basically then we can see the washing phase that is quite important.
Okay.
But regarding the perfusion, do you have some additional question?
No for me, Gil. ¿Tienes alguna pregunta sobre la fase de perfusión? Sino para que dice que nos movamos a la fase de lavado.
No. Go to the priming circuit.
A la de lavado, porque, o a la de cebado, a la de lavado, ¿no?
De lavado, the wash. The wash.
Sí.
Okay.
You can go ahead, Humberto.
Okay. One second.
Gil, ya te estoy mandando ahorita el papel del lavado para que si lo del protocolo que mandó Humberto para que lo veas.
Ok, perfecto. Lo checo ahorita que termine la reunión.
Sorry, 1 second. I lost the document. 1 second. Okay. Then rinsing. So basically the rinsing is explained on the machine, and it's a step-by-step procedure, and you have to follow the instruction on the screen. So take your time, because there are many modification to do on the machine, on the circuit, but you need, first of all, the waste bag, the additional waste bag that is present in the kit. You have to hang on this waste bag on the scale and then connect the lines to the circuit. Then you have to click the rinsing phase button, clamp the venous line. After moving to the rinsing button, moving to the rinsing phase, the blood pump stops. So you should clamp the vein and everything is stopped. Then you have to set up the rinsing circuit following the instruction on the display. And basically, you should take the fluid from the patient directly to the waste bag, and to the other side, pumping the rinsing solution directly to the patient. So you have to change the clamps on the circuit in order to drain the blood directly to the waste bag, and pumping the new solution to the patient. And in the screen, you see a balance between in and out.
Okay.
Maybe this phase that is quite tricky, we can see the video. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go to the video.
I remember that you put the cleaning solution or the washing solution until remove the complete blood volume from the patient, from the leg that you've been using from the chemo. So at the end, you finish with a clean solution.
Yes, exactly. Let me check if I find the right. Do you see the video?
Not yet. Not yet.
Ah, no,
Yesterday
no,
I
no.
couldn't open it, and they said the video. I need to register in WeTransfer because I
You can see is
download the information.
is on Google Drive. You can see on
Yeah,
Google Drive. I sent you the link.
yeah. I have Google Drive. I couldn't down the video, but I couldn't open because I was driving in the morning. So,
Okay.
but as soon as I open my laptop, I'm gonna check it.
Do you see my screen?
Yes.
I know. I don't know if the quality is not the best. I don't know why. Anyway, you should add solution there, connecting to a new one. Then I'm explaining in this video that the venous blood come from the patient, and to the other side into the artery, you push arterial blood to the patient. And the rinsing solution is usually 4 or 5 liters. So, and it's a mixture of saline and plasma expander. So what to do is, now I'm doing in the video, 1 second, open the clamp on the saline bag. Then open the yellow clamp. Then the pump takes the new solution to the pump, not to to the oxygenator, and then from the oxygenator to the arterial line. This will push the arterial blood into the patient. And to the other side, you take the blood venous line, the venous blood from the patient not to the reservoir, but to the waste bag. So you should exclude the reservoir with the manual clamp and open the blue clamp for draining the venous blood directly to the waste bag. Now I'm repeating, taking the new solution to the pump, to the oxygenator, and then to the patient, and to the other side, taking the blood from the vein, not to the reservoir, but directly to the waste bag. This is the rinsing circuit. And then you should start with the green button. And you see here, I don't know if it's visible or not, but there is a bar on the screen.
I think the video is getting cold.
The video, sorry?
Yeah, the video is no, yeah, it is moved now. It wasn't cold. A few seconds.
To understand how much fluid you are using for washing, first of all, the pump flow is more or less the same that you use for the circulation. Then there is a bar in the screen that let you understand. Here, there is a bar here. If this bar remains in the green part, it means that you are washing the same volume that you are draining. If it goes on the right, it means that you are removing too much fluid from the patient, and you should increase the inlet rinsing volume. If the bar moving on the left, it means that the balance is going less, and you should remove more fluid, more blood from the patient. So you should adjust the flow depending on what you see in that bar. Try to stay
Okay.
in the green side. Try to stay in the green bar.
Okay.
I repeat, if it goes the bar
So
on the yellow and red on the right, means that you are taking too fluid out. If it goes to the left, you are taking too
okay,
less.
so in that case you have to reduce. So in this case you have to reduce the blood flow.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Is plus and minus. This is the patient balance. If it goes plus, it means that you are filling too much the patient. If it goes minus, you are emptying too much the patient. So you should adjust the patient balance in order on what you see on that bar. Is it clear, or do you want that I repeat?
No.
Is it? Guillermina has left.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So Gilberto is I know that we are doing, let's say, just a short briefing, and it couldn't be so easy actually learning everything by one video or one document. But do you think it's more or less clear? Do you think you can manage it?
Yes. Yes. I think I can start the machine, but uh, with a document, if you give us the document and the video, we review other times and check the highlights uh, more but important.
Okay. So for summarize the rinsing phase, more or less you should use 5 liters of
Okay.
of 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, 5 liters of saline plus a plasma expander. You press the rinsing phase.
Okay.
Clamp the venous line, set up the rinsing circuit, following step by step the instruction on the screen. Be careful to don't take air from the rinsing line, and try to keep and start the rinsing phase. Try to keep the balance at 0 on the green bar. If the balance is going positive, plus in the patient, you should slow down the flow. If the balance is going negative, less in the patient, you should increase the flow.
Okay.
And you should try to have the green bar in the balance, washing with at least 4 or 5 liters. At the end
Okay.
of the rinsing phase, once you have rinsed with 4 or 5 liters, depending also on what the surgeons tell you, you should go to the emptying phase. But very important, this is not the emptying of the patient, this is not the emptying of the leg, it's only the emptying of the reservoir, just to dispose the reservoir without the blood inside. So at the end of the rinsing phase,
Okay.
basically the ALP is finished. So you should move to the emptying phase, clamp manually both arterial and venous line. Then you should set up the emptying circuit following the instruction on the display, start the PM2, and then the reservoir will be empty with the PM2. So the emptying phase is not really important. The rinsing is crucial because you remove all the residual drug inside the leg.
Yeah.
So it's very important to rinse it
Inside the
properly.
leg.
But the emptying is only the emptying
Wash. Yes.
of the reservoir. It's not the emptying of the leg. So before doing the
Okay.
emptying,
Okay.
exclude the patient with 2 clamps, one on the vein and one on the artery.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
So this is more or less, I understand that doing ILP training in 45 minutes is not the ideal. So it's a, could be a
I
quite
know.
tricky procedure, but I repeat, I'm quite confident that you can manage it since you are an experienced perfusionist and the center already have experience in the limb perfusion. But it's not, let's say, so easy. So they should be aware that the procedure is not easy, but I probably think
No,
that they are.
no, I know I'm very conscious about this regarding you talking about. Uh, Believe me, I'm into the conscious 100%. But I think I have the experience before. My concern really, really, really is the machine. But now, more step it takes for me more clear in order to move the machine. Um, I was thinking to open because I have two kits. So I was thinking to open one kit, and we only remind one for that procedures. But I'm thinking what is better. I don't know. Depend of your this session, I have to take the decision if I open it and review again the circuit as a demo, and then perform the procedures, but without backup. So performing a perfusion of the limb without backup, I don't know, is worse than open the demo or have a backup. I don't know. I'm thinking what is the best decision.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know too. It's an hard decision, honestly. I couldn't suggest you the best way because doing some practice could be quite important, probably.
Yes.
But to the other side, it's never happened to me, but having a backup happened to my colleagues sometimes. Having a backup, especially for the oxygenator, is always a good idea. So I don't know, honestly. I don't
Yes, of
know.
course.
Maybe it's better to have a backup if I have to choose. I don't know. It depends also on
Yes.
how you feel
Yeah.
confident with the procedure, because I think that maybe you can watch again the video, you can read again the ILP
Yes.
instructions PDF, and then maybe we can also plan for tomorrow evening, tomorrow, because I'm going to London tomorrow. I will be there in the late afternoon. So if you have some further questions, we can connect again for tomorrow.
Ye-
And on Thursday, I will be available
Yeah,
during the
I think
case.
thank you, Humberto. I'm gonna have a meeting with Gilberto and we have another perfusionist is unfortunately is not connected yet. It's Fernando. Fernando is San John perfusionist. He developed one, but I'm very confident about the procedure. So we're gonna follow the instruction. The last uh, pick that we made with this circuit, Jorge and I, we work together. So at this moment, I'm gonna work with Gilberto. So I know Gilberto very well. We've been working in a couple hard times. So we're gonna check it the procedures tomorrow, today and tomorrow. So probably if we have some question, I'm gonna send to you by WhatsApp, and if we have any another doubt, we can call you for to connect in a couple 30 minutes maybe.
Yes,
But
exactly.
Gilberto,
Let's
I'm
do
going
that.
to send the information. Do you have any doubt?
Okay.
Well, thank you so much, Humberto. Gracias,
Thanks to you.
Gilberto. Gracias,
So
Paloma.
tomorrow from this time around is 9 there, right? It's
Yeah.
9 in Mexico, okay? From this time, maybe to 11. From 9 to 11, I will be available if you want to connect again. And on Thursday, again, from this time, more or less, probably better a little bit later,
Oh,
from
good.
10 your
Okay.
time, I will be available to assist you, to support you during the case. So let me know, keep me updated.
Yeah. Probably tomorrow we can set up the meeting 9 to 10. It will be nice. I'm gonna send you the link of the meeting just
Okay.
for to Gilberto and I make sure and give us our doubt. I think it's better, no, Gilberto?
Of course. De acuerdo.
Great.
Lo
Let's do
programamos
that.
para mañana para cualquier duda que tengamos de 9 a 10.
Por supuesto. Por
Perfect.
supuesto.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
I
Humberto.
appreciate your information and
Okay.
your time.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks a
See
lot.
you.
Bye-bye. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Nice to meet you.